Okay, as we enter a whole new day in trade, let's take a look at what happened with the US market last night and how Asia is trading this morning. Stocks fell sharply yesterday in the United States. September struggles seem to be continuing for the equity markets. Tech shares, particularly here, took another beating and fretted over uncertainty around further stimulus. The Dow closed down 525 points, a very large fall. Earlier in the session, the Dow was actually up 176 points, so the total fall from the day's high could be over 600 points. It closed the session at 26,763. It wasn't the only index which underperformed yesterday. The S&P was down 2.4% to 3,200. The Nasdaq was down 3% to 10,600. So Amazon, Netflix both fell 4% respectively. Alphabet 3.5% down. Facebook 2.3% down. Apple 4.2% down. Microsoft 3.3% down. Tesla 10% down. And futures for all three benchmark indices currently seem to be down around 0.5%. So again, US markets, tech really leading the sell-off, but your other benchmarks also experiencing some serious weakness. Now, Asia this morning on the back of that is obviously bleeding. Big falls seen in Japan at opening. Nikkei 1% down, Topix almost 1% down, Kospi 1.48% down, Australian ASX 1.62% down, MSCI 0.55% lower. So definitely trickling into Asia as well. Europe closed decently yesterday, likely to be under pressure today. Yesterday was up 0.7%. Travel and leisure stocks rebounded from the previous session's fall 2.3%, but most of your sectors were in positive territory. That might change this afternoon for us. Now, oil and gold, two commodities we always check on. And let's remember, all this is happening in the backdrop of more expected stimulus, which has not yet come. And then obviously the US election, which is currently not giving us a clear indication of whether Trump will get another term or not. And people seem to think that he'd be better for the equity markets. So oil rose 1% yesterday. US government data showed that crude and fuel inventories dropped last week. So Brent crude was up 53 cents or 1.3% to $42.25 per barrel. US WTI crude settled 13 cents or 0.3% higher at $39.93 dollars per barrel. So oil not looking too bad right now. Gold prices continue their decline. They breached 1900, which is quite a sharp reversal. We thought 2070 per ounce, on gold prices just a month ago. And today we're sitting at 1800, I think. 2% yesterday was the fall. At the lowest level in over 2 months currently, and this is obviously on the back of the dollar advancing. It has been constantly weak, but it's made up a little lost ground. Spot gold dipped 2% to 1862, and US gold futures dipped 2% again to 1868. So all in all, looks like we're retracing a little bit from what we've gotten used to over the last couple months in trade. It'll be interesting to see how the Nifty reacts this morning.